Whitepaper Presentation is on Art Set 4. First off, I think we can all agree that digital art is becoming very popular these days. Doesn't mean that it's replacing traditional medium, but it is becoming quite popular, especially with the younger generation. And I think we can also all agree as artists, art supplies are very, very expensive, and especially the younger kids, not all of them can afford those art supplies. So Art Set 4 is an Apple art program that allows the user to use a variety of mediums, such as paint, pencils, ink, markers. And what's very unique about Art Set 4 is that the brushes are textured. So if you use paint, it actually looks like blobs of paint. It's like 3D textured. So I find that very unique itself. It's been around since 2011. Art Set 4 specifically is the updated version. And there's a free version and a paid version, similar to a variety of other art programs. The paid version is only like $12.99, so it's really not that bad, but the free version still just is perfect for especially beginners. How to use it, it's super simple. Like, really, you just open up the program itself, and it pulls up your canvas. You have a little plus button on the bottom that allows you to choose a variety of different canvas pieces that you want, and those are also textured. So if you want like a specific like watercolor paper, they have that. If you just want like a completely blank canvas similar to most digital media programs, they have that. And then if you tap on the medium itself, it'll give you the variety of mediums that they offer. Like I said, like they have oil paints, they have markers, they have oil pastels. Like the range is, they have a lot. Same thing with colors. You go on the bottom there to choose your color. And they have the palette options. You can choose based on palettes. You can choose basically by the order of the rainbow of colors. And then they still have the wheel and everything. So if you're more comfortable with the wheel, you can use that as well. And then these are just some examples of that Apple themselves have posted of what you can do. So this is a piece used with ink specifically. And then this one's just a variety. They use a variety of mediums itself. And you can see a little bit, that little bit of 3D texture of the paint itself. So this is the paid version. So these are like a variety of the features that they allow you for the paid version specifically. And there's a lot more. There's like they have 200 plus brushes. Like they have a lot. But even like I said with the free version, like this is what you get with the free version, so it is like a lot less. But if you're just trying to get a feel for it or get used to how it works, it is still great to use it and everything. Now here's the downside and the upside. It is iPad only. It's not on Android or anything else, but the upside is Apple products are basically data-wise still like the #1 tablets that people use. Doesn't matter the high-income people or the lower-income people. Based on data, Apple products are just normally more popular due to their iOS system. A lot of people state that in their views. They just cause less problems compared to Android users, tablet users. And then why is it useful to students? I feel it's useful for a variety of things, brainstorming ideas, and big thing is it introduces new mediums to students. As I stated before, art supplies are expensive. If a child or student itself is very interested in learning a medium, they might not have the resources at home to get it, or we as educators possibly might not have the resources. Oils are an example. most art classes don't provide oil paints because it is technically a toxic form of paint, so for safety reasons, some classrooms may not have that. But digitally, they will still be able to experience how it's mixed, how the textures might look. It's not, like I said, it's not going to replace the traditional way, but it's close enough and everything to give them that experience. It's free to start with, unlike Procreate, which is another Apple digital program. At least for me, when I first got into it, they didn't have a free version. I don't know if it's still that way. I've had it for a while, but as far as I know, they still don't have a free version. And like I said, for painters, it's that traditional texture that they can get into. It explores a variety of colors, so you can teach like the color theory, how to mix colors, all that stuff. And I personally feel it teaches patience and that it's okay to make mistakes. We get so frustrated as artists using traditional mediums that, oh, I made a mistake, where they have that less experience through digital format because they can erase it and everything. But I feel like this can also teach confidence in a way too that can still be implemented in traditional mediums. So, and yeah, that is pretty much it. That is my conclusion to Art Set 4. Any questions?
Yes. You mentioned that it gets the texture look. So do you mean that by like it is reactive to the paper that you choose?
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay? So it's like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's much cheaper than Rebel 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's really interesting. So is it? Since I'm guessing you use it, is it really heavy on like the power usage on your tablet?
I haven't had any problems with it. I'm more of a Procreate user. This is actually a new program I just got into, but I've also been meaning to get back into learning how to paint and everything. And I feel like this has been a great way for me to kind of experience that because I do not have the money to go out and buy a bunch of paints.
Yeah. Interesting.
So I saw in one of your examples, and I'm not sure if I missed it or not, but is a paired stylus required to use this, or can any pressure on the pad be used?
That I don't know. I've been seeing mostly people using the Apple Pen and everything. So
I only
I'm
asked
not
because
sure.
most of the elementary schools in North Carolina, for the lower age groups, the students are issued iPads, but not any stylus. So someone would have to provide those unless works off of pressure.
That I would have to look into. That's another thing I forgot to mention though, but the pressure sensitivity settings and the pen size settings, that is only on the paid version. So the free version, you're limited to what it allows.
So hypothetically, if we use this with a group of third graders to create a piece of art, how do we populate that art to be displayed publicly, and how do we display it?
I would assume printing it. I would think printing would be perfectly fine with it because you can save your pieces as like JPEG, PDFD, and all that stuff. Yeah, I would think that you can just print it out, kind of like what you can do with Procreate.
Thank you.